Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome everyone to a deep dive into some, well, truly captivating source material we've got here.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're plunging right into this incredible, almost moment-by-moment account of a wild encounter. It's all about a fierce defense happening right at the river's edge.
Yeah, and what we have for this dive, it's this single narrative, but it's incredibly vivid. It just zooms in,
Yeah.
you know, focuses intensely on one specific, really dramatic event
Right.
involving these two super powerful predators locked in this struggle.
Life or death, basically.
Exactly. It's like a snapshot, but just full of intense action.
So our mission for this deep dive, we're basically going to explore this powerful story together. We want to understand the instincts, the actions involved, and really just appreciate the raw power of nature that comes through.
And especially that parental protection instinct, right?
Absolutely. As it's laid out in this account, we'll be pulling out the key details, those moments that will make this story so compelling for you.
Okay, so let's jump right into the scene it paints for us. The narrative, it puts us in the late afternoon savanna setting.
Can you picture it?
Yeah, you really can.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the light, these long golden shadows stretching out, casting the tall grasses in those really rich, warm colors, amber, rust, that kind of thing.
It sounds peaceful.
It does, it feels peaceful. But the quiet is almost, well, the source suggests it's a waiting quiet.
Ah, that imagery. And the light you mentioned.
Yeah.
It immediately brings in the central figure, Malaika, a leopardess.
Yep.
And the description is just so specific, isn't it? Her coat, the rosettes, they seem to shimmer with that light.
And her eyes, like molten gold.
Yeah, just that visual, it gives you a real sense of her presence, her intensity, even before anything happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And critically, she's not alone. Not in this tranquil-looking scene anyway.
Right.
The account introduces her family, her cubs, 7 of them.
7. That's a lot for a leopard, isn't it?
It is. And the narrative makes a point of saying it's a large litter, which, really emphasizes how much is at stake for her here.
So these cubs, they're described tumbling around, playing near the river's edge.
Still growing. Their spots are defining.
Oh, and the detail about their playful nips hinting at future jaws, that's quite something.
It is. But right now, in this moment, they're just vulnerable.
Yeah, defined by that vulnerability and that sort of natural, dangerous curiosity that young animals have, pulling them close to the water.
And this vulnerability, it's really the undercurrent here. It creates the tension. The narrative points out Malaika's constant awareness.
Describing it as a constant hum beneath her calm exterior.
Yeah, like it's always switched on.
Yeah.
Always alert.
You've got the familiar sounds around them, that scent of fresh water, maybe a fish eagle calls out somewhere.
The rustle of reeds. Normal sounds.
Normal, everyday nature sounds.
But the account contrasts this, right, with this unsettling stillness. A silence that just feels wrong somehow.
Not peaceful quiet.
No, not peaceful. It's that silence before something breaks.
And then it does. The specific signal. Just a faint ripple. Almost imperceptible, the source says. Near a submerged log.
Tiny detail, huge significance.
And Malaika's reaction, instantaneous.
Oh, yeah. Her ears twitch, her eyes narrow. She's clocked it, just like that.
And this is where the story just... it explodes. Suddenly the water erupts.
Right out of the river, this massive scaly head just surges up.
Wow.
Described as ancient, menacing. It's a crocodile. A behemoth of the depths, the source calls it.
And there's no mistaking its target.
None at all. The narrative's crystal clear. Its eyes are locked on those playful cubs.
Specifically one that had wandered just that little bit too close.
That's the one.
What's absolutely gripping here, for me anyway, is the speed of Malaika's response.
Oh,
The account really emphasizes there was no hesitation. She doesn't think, she just acts.
Becomes a blur of spotted fury. That's the phrase used.
Instincts just taking over. Honed by generations,
Completely. And her first move, it's quite tactical, isn't it? She launches forward.
But not straight at the jaws.
No, not at the jaws. At the vulnerable snout.
Why there, do you think?
Well, it's likely where she has a chance to inflict pain, maybe surprise it, disorient it.
Without immediately getting caught in those powerful jaws.
Exactly. It's a precise, instinctive choice. And the sound she makes, described as a guttural snarl that vibrated through the air.
Pure warning. Pure rage.
You feel it. And it works, at least, initially.
The crocodile is surprised.
Yeah, surprised by this Fierce, relatively small creature just coming straight at it. It recoils a bit.
Tail thrashing.
Powerful tail, yeah. Churning the water to violent foam.
But it's not just a single charge and done, is it?
Oh, no. The narrative describes this tactical defense unfolding. Malaika is almost dancing around the crocodile.
Using her speed, her agility, that incredible quickness leopards have.
Right. While the crocodile is snapping its jaws, the account reminds you are capable of crushing bone. Malaika is just too swift. She's raking it with her claws across that armored hide, looking for any weakness, any purchase she can get.
And incredibly, she's doing something else at the same time.
Yes. This is amazing. She's multitasking under extreme pressure.
The account says she's feigning attacks, keeping the croc focused on her.
Right, drawing its attention.
While simultaneously herding her terrified cubs back. Towards the tall grass, towards safety.
Using these sharp, urgent growls. She's fighting and mothering in the exact same instant.
It just raises such a powerful point about this kind of instinct, doesn't it? It's not just simple fight or flight.
No, it's complex. It's a multi-layered strategy for survival, for protection. Absolutely incredible.
Okay, so the tension is still high. What happens next?
Well, the climax really arrives when the crocodile makes a desperate move itself. It lunges. A desperate lunge, the source calls it.
Trying to get her.
Yeah, bringing its massive body further onto the bank.
Yeah.
Jaws wide open.
But in doing that, it gives Malaika an opening, right?
Exactly. A huge risk for the croc, maybe. But she sees her chance. The narrative describes this desperate leap. She leaps onto its back. Onto his back.
Yeah.
Lands squarely. Digs her claws in deep.
Wow.
And then this specific detail the account highlights. Very risky move. Her teeth find purchase on the thick skin behind its head.
Behind the head. That detail, it really underscores the danger, her sheer commitment.
It does. She's latching onto the one part of the animal she might have some slight hope of controlling, or at least injuring significantly.
But it puts her right on top of this thrashing giant.
Exactly. A creature capable of rolling violently to dislodge anything on its back.
And that's what it does.
That's precisely what the crocodile does. It roared, the source says, a primeval sound, twisting, rolling violently, trying to get her off.
But Malaika clings on, described as a compact bundle of muscle and rage.
Yeah, just holding on for dear life, literally.
The narrative really captures the brutality of it all, this clash of two ancient predators.
It does. And it powerfully contrasts them, doesn't it? The crocodile's sheer weight and power.
Against Malaika's.
Right.
Well, the unyielding strength of a mother defending her young.
That's the core of it. The account emphasizes every claw, every tooth, every ounce of her being is thrown into this struggle. It's the absolute peak of the fight for both of them.
So this incredibly intense moment, how does it resolve? How does the fight end?
The account brings us to the end. Malaika uses a last ferocious bite and a powerful kick from her hind legs. That's how she manages to disengage.
She breaks contact, gets away.
She gets away. And the crocodile, it's stunned, bleeding from her attack. It just slides back into the river.
Disappears beneath the surface.
Yeah, leaving only disturbed water in its wake. The immediate, terrifying danger.
Yeah.
It's gone. Repelled.
And Malaika, what's her state right after that?
Vividly described. She's panting, her muscles trembling. You know, for the sheer exertion, the adrenaline dump.
Understandable.
Totally. And her very first action. Exactly what you'd expect from a mother who just risked everything.
She checks the cubs.
Stands over her huddled cubs, licking each one.
The source calls it a silent count, a reassurance.
Yeah. Just checking them, making sure they're all there, all real, all safe.
And the outcome.
The one that matters most to her and to the story. All 7 were safe.
Wow.
The fight achieved its purpose. She protected them all.
And then, as that intense tension recedes, the narrative brings us back to the setting. It kind of mirrors the beginning, doesn't it?
It does. The sun is setting now, casting those long, peaceful shadows once more.
It's such a powerful sense of returning calm. After that extreme violence.
It really shows how quickly nature can shift, doesn't it? From profound danger right back to apparent tranquility.
Yeah.
Even after something so fierce.
Wow. Just reading this account, you really feel that intensity, the absolute commitment of that mother. And I think that's why this story, told with these specific, vivid details, resonates so deeply with us. It's the primal nature of survival, yes.
But it's specifically the incredible, almost unbelievable intensity of maternal defense, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it's those specific details that make it stick in your mind. That tiny ripple that started it all.
Yeah.
The calculated attack on the snout. That unbelievable leap onto the crocodile's back.
That risky bite behind the head.
Right. And then that final, quiet, silent count of the cubs. These moments, they show us how powerful that instinct truly is in action.
It definitely connects to broader themes, too, about that constant, often unseen balance between predator and prey.
And the sheer power of instinct driving these life and death moments in the natural world.
It's just fundamental.
Absolutely. It's really a testament to that fierce, protective drive, hardwired into so many species.
This incredible account, then, Malaika's defense of her 7 cubs against that huge crocodile, focusing on her fierce determination, her almost unbelievable tactical fight. It's just such a powerful display.
A maternal instinct and survival.
Yeah. Hard to forget once you've read it described like that.
It truly highlights the depth of that protective drive. It's quite something.
Indeed. So, maybe something for you to consider after this deep dive into this powerful narrative. How does that raw, instinctual drive to protect offspring manifest itself across different species, even, in humans?
That's a great question. Or maybe think about this. How does such a moment of intense, brutal conflict fit within the larger picture? That often peaceful, almost serene backdrop of nature that the source describes at the beginning and the end of this story.
Right, the contrast between the violence and the peace. Something to ponder long after the shadows fall, as you said earlier.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into this really compelling narrative.